I wanted to thank everyone that watched my video on home cloud cameras like Ring, Nest, Arlo, Tapo, and Blink. The topic sparked a lot of conversations as evidenced by the crazy comment count. Because you know what kind of a guy I am, I extracted the comments via API and sorted them into a topic cloud. I addressed much of this in the comments, but I wanted to provide a more thoughtful summary because I don't expect anyone to slog through all of that. Number 1. You voted and you will get your start to finish server, Frigate, cameras, and tailscale video. It looks like a sponsor may be providing a doorbell camera, a floodlight camera, an indoor camera, and possibly a couple exterior options. There will be a worksheet, a purchase link list if you need it, and more. Also, Home Assistant will be the optional piece, but I think many of you will load it. Home Assistant and Frigate are great together. 2. Many of you expressed skepticism with doing the whole from scratch thing. I can absolutely make a light lift alternative that leverages an inexpensive pre-built NVR. Is it as cool? No. But if the complexity of the do-it-yourself project is intimidating, let me know in the comments of this video that you want to see the pre-built NVR video, even if it's only to compare the effort. 3. By far the most common topic in the comments was people trying to tell me why their cloud camera setup was secure. Many of you record locally to SD cards. Several of you don't pay for subscription service. However, I would remind you that Nancy Guthrie didn't pay for Nest's subscription either. Yet, we still have this. With some brands, it's possible to completely lock down your setup, where your vendor can't record your feeds or look into your cameras live. Generally, that is going to require firewall rules, unless you're fine with the honor system. But just to let you know, if you are able to use an app to access your system when you're away from your home, your vendor can access the system too. I'm not saying they are, I'm just saying that they can. At any time, and without you ever knowing. The architecture that dictates this isn't anything nefarious. It's just a byproduct of your vendor needing to be a connection broker. After all, both your cameras and your viewing devices may be behind NAT, which would mean that they can't communicate with each other without a middleman to establish the connection. The app is able to reach the cameras because the cameras are constantly connected to the vendor's infrastructure. As I said, you can block that. But in addition to losing remote access, you'll also lose notifications and integrations to things like Alexa, Google, Apple, and Home Assistant. 4. The next question was, if remote access costs you privacy, how is remote access when self-hosting any different? The answer is that there are multiple ways to grant remote access. My preferred method is to use Tailscale, which you may have already implemented with my Pi-hole videos. In this context, Tailscale allows you to access your NVR from your mobile devices wherever you are. Tailscale brokers the connection, but they never see any of the unencrypted traffic. It's secure, private, and really easy to set up. 5. Some people took issue with the video saying that I shouldn't tell people to throw away their equipment. The thing is, I didn't tell anyone to do that. I reread the script I wrote just to make sure. You see, I just wanted people to be aware that their cameras were not necessarily private. However, that might not be an issue for something like an exterior camera or a doorbell camera, or possibly for an indoor camera in something like a shed or a garage. Or maybe you're just an exhibitionist. I'm not judging. If you have a new or better understanding of the true privacy profile of these devices and you still feel comfortable with them, that's fine. 6. Some people complained about the annual cost of their cameras, but I was frankly shocked at how few people really mentioned it. I guess kudos to these companies for normalizing all kinds of recurring charges that we didn't used to have. 7. There was a topic that I almost put into the original video. When I saw it pop up in the comments a number of times, I felt I may have made a mistake in omitting it. But as a wise woman once said, you live, you learn. And what was that thing, you might be asking? Why, it's HKSV, or HomeKit Secure Video. As you can probably tell from the name, it's part of the larger Apple HomeKit umbrella. What makes HomeKit Secure Video special is that it's encrypted on the camera before it's sent to Apple's servers. Well, I guess that it's not special that it's encrypted because most cameras use encrypted transmission. What's special about Apple's implementation is they can't decrypt it. The next logical question would be, Dad, Doesn't this mean that this takes care of all of your cloud-connected camera concerns? Ha, accidental alliteration. Um, yes, no. It's complicated. You see, it's true that Apple can't decrypt the stored video. It's also true that they can't look into the live camera feeds. I cover this a little in my Dad Explains Password Managers video, but more or less, this is basically a zero knowledge setup. Your data is private because Apple never has the decryption key. The problem is that Apple controls too many of the pieces in this chain. They control the device, they control the operating system, the application layer, and the application. At any time, if they really wanted to, they could just send themselves the decryption key in the background. You would never know. 8. This wasn't really directly a topic in the comments, but it certainly seemed tangential to many of them, and that's your router. Across several videos and in countless comments, I've come to find out that many of you have terrible routers. They may technically work, but it's possible that they're insecure or compromised. Or they may be secure, but lack the features necessary to safely structure your local network, monitor your traffic for problems, and set the routing and firewall rules that can boost your privacy and your data security. I've got a couple older videos on routers, but they don't really get to the core of what you need, why it's important, and how you can get a router that's compatible with your security goals. If you want that video, as part of a series that also goes into the most secure way to set up your home network, please let me know in the comments below. This video doesn't have my normal structure, so there isn't really a conclusion other than this. If you want true privacy with your data, you're going to have to host your own open source NVR. Alternatively, you can use a different NVR or local storage on a camera, but you're going to have to lock it down to your LAN. No matter what you do, you're going to trade one thing for another. Privacy for convenience, money for capability, an afternoon for a Frigate setup. See what I did there? If you found this video interesting, then I definitely think you're ready for the upcoming Frigate tutorial. If you want to help out my channel, hit like, subscribe, and share the original cloud camera video with anyone else that you think has an unhealthy relationship with cloud-connected cameras. Don't forget to comment if you want the router or pre-built NVR videos. Have a great day.